So you have become a modern day Nazis right now, doing the biddings.
This is the thought police, the feelings police. They want to enforce compelled speech of apologizing.
It's not a prideful thing to do.
I was arrested. I was not only imprisoned, I was kept in solitary confinement against the international laws. I was kept in metal cages for keeping the church's doors open. So those things are tactics of a totalitarian regime, sending a message to everybody else. You don't want to become Alex. You don't want to become Artur Pawlowski. You don't want to become Derek Reimer, a whistleblower that is exposing right now the pedophilia and the grooming of the children in the city of Calgary in Alberta, Canada.
Canada has just officially criminalized the church and Christianity in 2025. And if that sounds dramatic, just look at what's actually happening out there. We now have pastors being arrested in this country simply for refusing to apologize for what they preach. Think about that. A pastor in handcuffs because he wouldn't sign a state-approved apology letter. He wasn't violent. He wasn't uttering threats, just refusing to deny what he actually believes in. If that isn't criminalizing Christianity, I don't know what is. And while that's happening, Ottawa is quietly pushing these new hate speech rules and expanding Bill C-9, laws that make it easier than ever to slap a label of harmful or dangerous onto your faith, your morals, and your conviction. Not because they're violent, but because they're unpopular with the government. Meanwhile, churches across this country keep going up in flames. Dozens burned to the ground. Many ruled as arson. And in most cases, nobody's ever charged. No one's ever held accountable. It's like the church can be attacked physically, legally, and in general. And the people in power could care less. This isn't random. This isn't one bad case or one bad law. It's a pattern. Slow squeeze telling Canadians Christianity and that book you call the Bible are not welcome here. But here's the truth. If the church can be treated like a crime today, then anyone with convictions is next. Let's get into the video.
So you're under arrest for your breach of CSO. Can you come inside with us, please?
You can do it right here.
Do your job. Okay. Sounds good. Are you able to drop that for me or pass it off to one of your friends?
You know why you're arresting this man for? He refused to apologize for his religious beliefs. Are you aware of that?
I am not aware of the specifics.
So you have become a modern day Nazis right now, doing the biddings.
This is the thought police, the feelings police. They want to enforce compelled speech of apologizing.
It's not a prideful thing to do. A shameful.
Can you believe it? This is Calgary, Alberta, Canada, 21st century right now.
I got you, buddy. No. I know. It's so sad. I know. It's okay, buddy. I know. It's okay. It's okay.
You say, well, why do we care about Canada? Because it's north of us and they're fellow human beings, and this is the same globalist program. This is what they want to do to us, and they've got all this legislation in. The similar stuff's passing in the UK, the EU, Australia, New Zealand. They're trying to pass similar legislation here.
You know what really blows my mind? We now have people in the Liberal government, including Mark Miller, talking like parts of the Bible might be hate speech. The Bible, the book half of this country grew up with. And suddenly, the government acts like reading the wrong verse out loud makes you some kind of threat.
If someone were literally invoking a passage from, in this case, the Bible, but there are other religious texts that say the same thing, and somehow say that this is good faith. I mean, clearly there are situations in these texts where these statements are hateful. They should not be used to invoke or be a defense, and there should perhaps be discretion for prosecutors to press charges. I just want to understand what your notion of good faith is in this context where there are clearly passages in religious texts that are clearly hateful.
Meanwhile, they can't solve a single real problem in this country, but they somehow have time to police the scriptures. It's the same pattern every time. Pastors being arrested, churches burning, new rules that silence anything that sounds like faith, the government of Canada is now officially treating the Bible as a hate speech book. Let that sink in for a moment.
But then I got arrested again for a sermon. I have become the first Canadian ever to be charged with terrorism for delivering a sermon to a peaceful Canadians during the truck convoy. And I was imprisoned and I was found guilty and my appeal was denied. We're dealing, Alex, right now with the crooked judges, a weaponized justice system that doesn't care about the law. You should pay attention to my accent. Clearly, you can tell right away, I grew up in hell, okay? I grew up behind the Iron Curtain under the boots of the same system, a totalitarian regime. So you should pay attention to people that escaped hell, and now they are warning you about, what hell looks like, how it smells, and what is going to happen, not just to you. You may not care about yourself, my friends, but what is going to happen to your children and their children. Because it's easy to destroy a republic. It's easy to destroy democracy. It's crazy difficult to rebuild it. And that's what we're facing right now. If we will not rise up today against those totalitarian regimes, those woke, rogue judges and politicians that obviously hate everything that America stood for, everything that Canada used to be known for, which is a free and democratic society. Why people like me emigrated to North America? For freedom.
So let's step back and look at the full picture. Pastors arrested for refusing to deny their beliefs, churches burnt down across Canada with barely a whisper from the people in charge, new hate laws that make your convictions dangerous if the government disagrees, and now cabinet ministers floating the idea that parts of the Bible scripture should be treated like hate speech. If all of this happened in any other country, we'd call it religious persecution. Here, we're told to just ignore it. So ask yourself, how much more has to happen before Canadians wake up?
Thank you for watching. If you support these videos, subscribe and click the bell icon so you never miss an update from PJ. Special thanks to each and every channel member for your support and for making these reports possible. I'll see you in the next episode. Cheers.